Hello. Hi. In this lecture, we are going to talk about the feature engineering or feature selection or kind of feature selection. Feature engineering is the process of using data domain involving data domain knowledge, how we can include the data domain knowledge that make the machine learning models to work better, to predict better. It's the act of extracting important features from raw data and transforming them into formats that are suitable for machine learning. Extracting important features. To perform machine learning, a data scientist combines domain knowledge with the mathematics and programming skills to transform or come up with new features that will help the machine learning model and they should perform better. So this was the basic idea of the feature engineering, that we have to extract the important features. So then it comes we divide our lecture into three main topics. So first one is the non-automatic feature transformation. Then it will be the automatic feature transformation, and then it will be categorical features. So first, non-automatic feature selection, or kind of manual or engineered feature select transformation. So adding of polynomials. The first method for non-automatic feature transformation is adding of polynomial features. We add the polynomial features. Along with the features, we add the polynomials as well. Talk about let's consider the housing data set, where we have the data set where we have the houses and their prices. So originally this data set, uh, we consider the original features and the feature and consider the polynomial features as well, and we see that how they help. So first I will run this piece of code. So here we import the uh, data set from sklearn and Boston housing data set, and then we import the train some functions and we create the training and testing set. You know all these things in the previous lectures, and then we scale the fit the transform on the training and the test set data, and and then we talk about, now we extract the polynomial features and interaction up to a degree of 2. So we consider the original features, the original 13 features for house prediction, and we consider some additional features, or we call them as polynomial features up to a degree of 2. We can consider the polynomial features up to a degree of 3 as well. So that's another topic. So when we see that, so it shows that 13 original features, and the other one are the other combination is 105 features, which are called as a polynomial features, or how we get these 105 features. We get these 105 features by the interaction of original features. What does it mean by interaction of original features? It means that we made a multiplication of the original features in different ways, and then we get these a total of 105 features. And now we explicitly see that how these features look like. So I run this piece of code, and we see that first feature is a constant, then x0 to x12, they are original features. Then it comes the combination of the features, x0 multiplied by x0, x0 multiplied by x1, and so on. Here we can see that x1 multiplied by x9 and x1 multiplied by x12, x1 multiplied by x12, and then x2 multiplied by x2, x2 multiplied by x3. So it goes on, and it goes on, and it x12, x11 multiplied by x12, and x12 square. So these features is a constant, is the same. First feature is constant, and then other combination of these features. Let's compare the performance using rich on the data with and without interaction. With and without interaction. Without interaction is the original feature, and with interaction is the polynomial or the combination of features. So here import the rich regression model from sklearn, and then fit this rich model on the scale data and polynomial data, and run this piece of code. And we see that when we use the original features or features without interaction, it gives the 62% accuracy. And when we use the features with interaction, it rises to 75%, or features with polynomials or interaction, it gives 75% accuracy. Clearly, the interactions and polynomial features give us a good boost in the performance. When we use the polynomial features, it gives the good boost in performance using ridge regression. Then it comes the first one was the this was the first was adding polynomial features. Then it comes the nonlinear features, adding nonlinear transformations. So now consider a synthetic dataset that has properties similar to you can find in the wild. So we consider a synthetic dataset that we created by our own self. In the beginning of this course, I talk about there are two types of dataset. One are called the real world datasets, and other are synthetic datasets. Synthetic datasets, we just randomly create those datasets. So to illustrate some algorithm. So we create a synthetic dataset, and from this synthetic dataset, we consider the feature 0, and we consider only 10 entries of this feature. So first 10 entries of feature 0, the first feature, and we consider only its 10 entries. And we see that these are some positive numbers and non-zero positive values. And we can see all this feature as well. And we can see that how many total values are, but I did not show it. Or maybe I show it in the lectures. So these are all the values which are in this feature. And I guess there are 140 different entries. Okay. So and then what we get the maximum value from this first feature, and then we print out the total number of entries, total number of dimension of this feature. So we see that the maximum number of entries, maximum number of features, feature values, it rises to 140. It rises to 140, and these are the values that this feature contains. So for example, it starts from 0. 0 is repeated 28 times, 1 is repeated 38 times, 2 is repeated 68 times, 3 is repeated 48 times, and so on. And the value 140, it is repeated only once. So it is repeated only once. So highest frequency is for the 68. The highest frequency is the number 2, and it has been repeated 68 times. The feature 60, the feature number 2, or the number of feature appearance, yeah, feature appearance, the feature number 2, it has been repeated by 68 times. This the two value seems to be the most common, and it appearance is 68 times. The counts for higher values fall quickly. For example, 139 does not appear, 138 does not appear, 137 does not appear, 136 does not appear, and so on. So now we draw the histogram of feature values for x of 0. So these are the feature values. These are not the feature, these are the feature values. So we draw the feature values. So for x of 0, we draw the feature values. We see that this is 0 is repeated almost 28 times, and 1 is repeated 38 times, and 2 is repeated 68 times. And these values, higher values near 200 and 110, and they are not repeated at once. So the similar type of graph we can get also plot, we can get also for x is equal to 1, feature 1, for feature 2 and feature 3, because feature counting starts from x is equal to 0 is the first feature, x is equal to 1 is the second feature, and x is equal to 2 is the third feature. This kind of distribution of values is very common in practice. However, it is sometimes most linear models cannot handle very well. Let's try to fit a ridge regression to the model. So linear models cannot fit well. Now we apply the ridge model to this data, and we see that. And when we apply it and we get that, it has the performance of 62%, which is not good enough. And we see that R2 score, and see that this ridge regression does not captured the relationship between X and Y input and output, input features and output not fairly well. So then we want to apply some logarithmic transformation on the features. We want to apply logarithmic transformation on the data because the value 0 appear in the data and appears in the data, and for applying the logarithmic transformation, we apply it log x plus 1. So because log of x is equal to log of 0 is equal to 0, so minimum value should be between, minimum value should not be 0. So now we apply the log transformation for the training and test data. And after the log transformation, the distribution of data is less symmetric or becomes more symmetrical. The distribution of data, it becomes more symmetrical and does not even have very large outliers anymore. And now we draw the feature x is equal to 0 after the logarithmic transformation, and now we see that it has more better transformation. Only one outlier is here, and the feature values have been also changed from 0 to 140. Instead of 0 to 140, it has been changed to 0 to 1.7, and they are near to each other. And now if we are going to apply the ridge regression model, then it will perform surely very well, because then now the distribution of data is more appealing. So and now we see that the test score has also been increased to 87.5%. So finding the transformation that works best for your combination, for each combination of data set and model, is somewhat an art. It's very good art, that good skill, that you see that what kind of transformation you should apply. In this example, all the features have the same properties. That's rarely the case in practice. Usually, only a subset of features should be transformed. We only transform a subset of features, or sometimes each feature needs to be transformed in a different way. Every feature we transform it in a different way. So this was the first part of the lecture. Thank you.